This video is brought to you by Toys-R-Us UK. Use promo code TURTLETALK upon checkout and receive up to 10% off of these selected lines. That's promo code TURTLETALK. Link is in the description. What is going on, toy fan? Project Piper Customs here, and welcome back to another toy photography beginner's guide side note. And this will be a companion to the two-part lighting topic, which is episode 6 and 7 of the beginner's guide main series. Now, I said from the start that you can never have enough lights. Now, you've seen how I set them up and the end result, but just what kind of different lights do I have? Well, I think it's time to take a look at my arsenal. But before we do that, I'd kindly ask if you wouldn't mind hitting that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with all the episodes I have dropping within this series. Now let's go. Alright peeps, now that I've got you back on the bench, I just wanted to give you a little look at all the other lighting sources that I have in my arsenal that I've acquired over time. Some bits you may want to pick up yourself, but all of these have aided me in adding more drama to my toy photography. Okay, we're going to get into all of them in just a second, but first I just wanted to touch upon the foundation lighting one more time. Okay, so my foundation lighting and the lamps that I use for it is based off of the 3-point light system. Okay, and the 3-point light system pretty much is this: you have one for your backdrop, okay, one for your center, and essentially one for your figure or the foreground. So those are the 3 points and the 3-point lighting system. All right, now as my little work area, okay, I can't really have big lamps in it. I don't have the room, which, you know, would eliminate the need for multiple. Okay, so I really adhere to this 3-point light system, which is why I have, and I go into every toy shop with 3 lamps. Okay, so let's bring them down as they're currently lighting the area right now, but I just wanted to go over them for you and show you what I'm working with. All right, so here we have this one that's overhead. All right, okay, so it's USB charged, as you can see right there. It's snake necked, can clip to a shelf or a workbench. Okay, and we have 3 dimming modes. Okay, so currently it's on the highest one, I believe. Yep, so that's off. So you have 1, 2 and 3. Okay, so it gives you a little level of control, which is great, and I've got 3 of these. All right, and I have the others at standby in case one breaks or if I need to bring in more light. Okay, the other light, which you've also seen, is right here. Okay, it's the ring light, again snake necked and also clipped to my desk. Okay, and this one is mains powered and can switch between white and yellow. All right, so it gives you that little option. Okay, and lastly, my other one, again that you've seen before, is this one. Okay, this is just a straightforward snake necked yellow lamp, no color change. It is mains powered and it does clip to your desk. Okay, and I always stick with having 2 white and 1 yellow. 1 yellow being, if I'm doing a daytime shot, it would add some light sunlight, as you can see. Okay, it will be the sunlight source, and also just to add a little color variation if I'm going for a dark and moody setting. This is very, very bright though. Okay, so it's not easy to try and control, but it does work especially well for the daytime stuff. Okay, so that's my 3 lights that I go into every shot with. That's kind of the only part of this that's a foundation. Everything else about the lighting that I do, including with these, okay, is just having a playing and seeing what works. Okay, if I need more light, I'll bring it in. If I need to take one of these away, I'll take it away. Okay, so if I need more light on the backdrop, you know, I'll aim 2 more. If I need more light on the figure, I'll aim some more. If there's too much light on the figure, there are ways around it. And now we're going to get into all of this. Okay, and we're going to start with these. Okay, now these are ULANZI cubes. Okay, and essentially a ULANZI cube is a budget Lume cube. Whereas Lume cubes are extremely expensive, these are far more affordable. Okay, they're a great affordable alternative. Okay, they are USB powered and they can screw into a tripod, which I have my Gorilla one here. You've seen it before. Okay, so once you've screwed it in, Okay, and with the ball joint, you can stand it up and angle it however you want in your setup. Okay, or you can just have it sitting down, all right, just like that. Okay, but they're extremely bright, and they have multiple dim settings. So let's get one on now, as you can see. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have about 3 or 4 different dims, different brightness settings, if you will. The only downside to these is that they get extremely hot. As you can see red there, it means it's running low on battery. On the highest setting, these really do get hot, and when they do get hot, unfortunately they do tend to shut off real quick, essentially draining the battery. If you have it on the first setting, okay, they will last a lot longer, which is why I have 3. Okay, so it's definitely, which I'm great segue into, it's handy to have a portable charging unit. Okay, and here we have an Anker power bar. And these are great, and definitely recommend buying these, because this will definitely aid you in your toy photography if you are nowhere near outlets, or if an outlet is too far away where your charging lead can't reach. You've always got a portable option. Okay, with 2 USB units, and with the various different lights that I have here with different charging, okay, you have your USB B and C, okay, on deck, ready, just in case you need it. Okay, so highly recommend grabbing yourself one of these if you can. They're various different prices, all different kinds, but worth having. Okay, so they are great. So the best thing to do when you're using these, if you decide to get one, and I will put links in the description for them if you decide to get one yourself, okay, is if they do overheat, is just to leave them to cool off on charge just for a little bit, say 15 minutes, and then you're back in the game. Okay, and yeah, so they are awesome. And also, there are 2 different kinds. You can come with standard. You can get them where they come with these coloured gels. Okay. Oh, they're all falling out on me. But yeah, so let me get them all out. You have multiple different colours. Okay. And what these do is essentially, with this little frame, you clip them in. Alright. Just like so. Get that off. Alright. And then you've got yourself a nice coloured light. Alright. So excellent tool to have is these ULANZI cubes. They are an absolute lifesaver. They're a godsend, especially for getting some colour into your setup. Alright. So a link will be in the description for those, and I highly recommend them. And what's great when you get them with the colour gels is they also come with these. Alright. These are along with the gels, and essentially these are diffusers. And we're going to get into what diffusing does for light when we get to that. Okay, but they do come with their own diffusers, which is awesome. All right, so let me put these aside, and we're going to go across from here. Now, the next thing, which I love using, I don't use it enough, but you know, not every shot I do requires them, is essentially some fairy lights. So let me kill that. And what we have here, as you can see, all different lights. We power it on, and there you go. So when you unravel it, okay, you can really spread out some moody light inside an old building, in a tunnel, or even for street lighting. Okay, these are great. All right, they're bendy wire. You get a lot on the reel, and you can hide this away out of view of your setup. Okay, and it is a watch battery at the end of the day. And also what you can do is you can get these in one set color, or you can get multicolored. Okay, so you have different colors going throughout. And another tip when using these, if you just wish to use just one, if that's all you need is just one, okay, and you want to hide the rest of it away, get a black sock. Okay, so you can bend this enough, there is enough space between 2. All right, you look at all that before we even get to another one. You've got all of that. So if you just want to utilize the one for a candle or anything like that, you can get your one, bundle all the rest inside of a black sock, so it's out the way of your setup. It's not going to show any light, and then you have just your one. Okay, next on the list we have these. These, I love using these laser pointers. Okay, definitely an added bonus to your arsenal. Can't tell you how useful these are in concentrating some light, and these work well for lighting effects. Okay, effects pieces, translucent effects. These are great just as well along with them, which we're going to get into also. There's so much I want to talk about at once, but I do have a video on my channel which I'll link in the description going over lighting translucent effects and how to do it, okay, using these and them, which you'll see in a second. But staying with these, okay, we have two different kinds here. We have this one here which acts as a torch also. So you have your laser which stays put on with the button, okay, and it also doubles as a torch. Okay, quite a bright torch, great for concentrating light in a small area. Okay, so we have this kind, and then we have, that's still on, get off, and then we have one of these. Now these you will only stay on so long as you're holding the button down. Okay, easy trick, it's just to get a little rubber band, you can roll it over like that, and it will keep the button on if you need to. The good thing about these ones is that they come in two other colors. Okay, you get blue and green, which are very, very handy to use. Okay, so not only red, you can get blue and green. These have been great for adding laser dots to predator figures or lighting up Terminator's eyes. And if you hit it with a bit of aerosol, and it will highlight the beam. Okay, which is really, really great. Okay, next up we have another great tool which I love using. We have the UV torch. Now, as you've seen with some of my other custom works, I tend to dabble with a little bit of UV paint here and there. Okay, and one of these is really handy, especially this little one, okay, for highlighting a small area. Okay, but UV torches, you can get them in all shapes and sizes. If you yourself are dabbling with UV paint, they're great for it, and also help light translucent effects too. Okay, worth having. Next up we have these. Now these are a classic, you've probably seen them before. In fact, this is what I started my lighting journey with, doing toy photography. And we have the cheap Poundland push button light. Normally they come with an adhesive pad at the top here, so you can plonk it anywhere you want. I've taken it out so I can have easy access to the batteries whenever they die, but these were awesome. These are what carried my toy photography game for a while, but they're great for concentrating light in a small area. You can have them to one side and they stay put, relatively so. Okay, and you can find these in your Poundland if you're in the UK, or your country's equivalent of a Poundland like the dollar store, and you know what I mean. These are normally found there, and they normally come in packs of 2. Great to have. Moving on to another little treasure that I found on Amazon, and it's these. Okay, so one part of my journey is I was looking for something small with a yellow light, to concentrate some yellow light somewhere, and I hunted down these, and these are pretty cool. These are kind of like bathroom ambient lights. You have them staggered about. Okay, you pop the back, they are USB powered, okay, and the button for them is just here. Okay, they're quite bright. And what's great about these is that they can actually, using that back, you can actually angle them and they can stand out the way, and they're small enough to hide within your setup. Okay, also great for lighting fire effects. But as they're USB powered, chargeable, I've got 3 of them. Going along the theme of little yellow lights, I found another little gem, and that would be these. Okay, found these on Amazon. I don't know what they're called, okay, but they're powered by 2 watch batteries, as you can see, and they have a pull tab. So if we do this, all right, they're just small enough to hide away in your display to light just a little tiny area that you need. And also what's great is, obviously being 2 watch batteries, they could die pretty quick. You get 50 in a bag. That is great. And what's also great is if you keep hold of this tab and insert it back in, you can preserve it. Absolute gem of a find, and I love using them. Now let's get to what's in the box. Okay, let me bring this forward and I will show you. These are something I acquired early on in my toy photography game to aim some concentrated light in a certain area, and that would be finger lights. Okay, you get a box of about 50, all different colors. You get red, blue, green and white. All right, they're awesome. Obviously, essentially they're meant for being on your finger at a rave. Okay, but they're also great for lighting up certain areas of your display, displaying a power or just aiming some concentrated light wherever you need to. And what's great is a little rubber hoop acts as a stand, so you can hide them away in your display and aim the light wherever you please. And to round this little section off, going back to the diffuser, a great alternative for your lamps if you want to try and diffuse your lamps is tissue paper, and especially coloured tissue paper if you want to add a little bit more colour to your overall foundation lighting. If you want your foundation light to be anything but white or yellow, this is great stuff. Okay, so here we have just a pack of multicoloured tissue paper. We've got some black in there, some purple, some mauve, some yellow. Okay, and what essentially diffusing does, which is great for these, is it takes the harshness of the light away. So if you've got your setup going and you're finding the light is just a bit too bright and it's washing out your shot, all you need to do, especially for the ULANZI cubes, if you put one of these on, and it will take that harshness away. All right. So now that I've got one on to demonstrate here, okay, as you can see, the light is on. As soon as I take it off, that's how much brighter it gets. Okay, so it diffuses it enough so it's not washing out everything that you're trying to take a picture of. Okay, so these are how these work for the ULANZI cubes, and tissue paper or coloured tissue paper or even toilet paper. Okay, that over a lamp will help do the exact same thing. Okay, so definitely worth getting some coloured tissue paper for your display if you want to add some colour to your foundation lighting, but tissues work just as well. And if you've got a big lamp, add some rubber bands, providing that your light bulbs are not halogen, because they will get hot. Okay, so if your lights and your lamps are LEDs, then these will work just fine. And there you have it, guys, just a look at some of the different lights that I have acquired that have helped me and still help me with effects lighting, mood lighting, backlighting and rim lighting. And now that you can see firsthand that when it comes to toy photography, you really can't have enough lights. And that will be it for this side note. Thank you so much for watching, and if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. A full playlist of toy photography, a beginner's guide, will be in the description, and new episodes are still to come. Thanks again, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.